Because it's happened again, we've changed locations. Last hour, we were in front of a nightclub, the place of a shooting that left more than half a dozen people injured. But then, within the past hour, another shooting, this time in Flemington Park. It has left one man with serious injuries. The investigation is ongoing. The road has been blocked. Now, the man's injuries are not considered to be life-threatening. This comes in a long weekend that you might just call the long weekend of the gun. Now, before this shooting, there had been 11. So now we're at a dozen shootings that have left 14 people hurt. This level of violence prompting a rare holiday news conference from Toronto's police chief. From North York to downtown to the city's northwest, the bullets have not discriminated because of postal code. Even Toronto's most prestigious bridle path among the areas rocked by the gunfire.
When I've got 13 people right now in the city that have been shot, that have a bullet in them, I've got concerns for that.
The latest shootings happening this morning, one at church in Adelaide with 2 people hurt, and the other at a nightclub at Finch and Keele. This one has the chief most concerned.
I find it disturbing when you've got over 100 people and someone would be brazen enough to pull out a gun and start shooting. It's very early. It's very solvable because we have a lot of people that were there and people that were there just to have fun and then ran out as victims because they were afraid of getting shot.
Toronto Mayor John Tory releasing a statement on the gun violence. In it, he says, the gun violence we have seen in recent days in our city is absolutely unacceptable. I remain firmly of the belief that a handgun ban will help us address the gun violence we are experiencing in our city and the surrounding region. So where does Toronto's top cop stand on a handgun ban?
You know, I'll let the politicians work on that one. I've got people that are shot and I've got people that are shooting people. I want to use my resources and all of my energy to solve these cases.
Saunders says he will be putting additional resources in specific places to help stop the gun violence. He says they are looking for 3 suspects in the Bridle Path shooting and no word on how many are wanted in the nightclub shooting. Now, the chief says this is not a normal weekend in the city, that this is not Toronto. Now, when he spoke, there had been 11 shootings. We're now up to a dozen shootings. That is where we are now. The victim count stands at 14. Luckily, all of the people who have been shot have survived their injuries, at least so far.